In this part we will students, in this part we will be discussing about the concept of business. What does business means? Basically the word that business comes from the word called busy. When a person is busy in selling of goods and services regularly. Remember, busy means being busy regularly. So we have to be very precise about that, very clear about that. What is business? Business is basically derived from the word busy. Busy in what? Busy in selling of goods and services. Selling of goods. Goods here means commodity or items. Goods and services. Services. Simply, we need to be very careful about all these things. Okay, so the thing is very clear that business means being busy. And but why a person will be busy? In order to earn his livelihood. In order to earn. Why? The concept is why busy. Why busy? Busy means to earn profit, to earn livelihood. Livelihood. Or to earn profit, or to earn profit. We can normally say to earn profit. To earn profit. Okay, so if a person is involved in doing such businesses or such activity and which gives him the profit, so he will be involved in these activities on the regular basis or occasionally. Obviously, in order to earn his livelihood, a person will be engaged in the economic activity on the regular basis. Merely, I am selling of my old car. I am selling my old car. So that selling of old car is one time action, one time activity. It won't be considered as your business, even though you are earning some profit. Getting my point? So, a housewife working for her house will not be considered as a economic activity. So basically, the thing is we need to understand first the economic activity. Basically, activity is of two types. Activity means doing any work. Doing any work. Any work. But the thing is, doing any work is of two types. First one is economic, and the second one is non-economic. You have gone through all these terms in class 10th economics. Okay, economy. In economic activity, we will be earning profits or getting salary, like that. But in non-economic activity, we will be getting only satisfaction. Nothing else. So all those economic activity which gives us profit, which gives us livelihood, that will be considered as your business. So we have to be careful about all these things. Here the something is given. Farmer is growing rice for her own consumption. It is a non-economic activity. A factory owner producing goods, that is school bag for the sale in market, economic activity. Person begging, non-economic activities, because he is not contributing anything to the society. Service of domestic help, because we are paying them. Obviously, it will be your economic activity. Services of housewife doing household works, non-economic activities. Any activity in which monetary transaction is involved, that will be considered as your economic activity. So now the thing is characteristics of the business activities. Business activities are normally an economic activity, और हम सिंपली अगर बोले तो इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी मीन्स बिजनेस मीन्स एन इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी. बिजनेस simply it must be your economic activity. Number 2, it must involve procurement, that is procurement of goods and services or production of goods and services. Procurement means purchase of goods and then selling it to the customers. Like grocery stores, they are not producing itself themselves, and they are selling it to, they are purchasing from some other persons, and that is wholesalers, and then they are selling to the consumers. But in case of the furniture houses, most of the furniture houses are manufacturing services on the manufacturing furnitures on their own and selling then it to the customer. That is called your production of goods and services. For example, that barber shop, the barber himself gives the services. So they all are involved in procurement of goods and services or production of goods and services. The third and the most important point is sale or exchange of goods and services. There must be a sale or exchange of goods and services. They must be involved in exchanging. Merely transferring one asset to another person. For example, a father is transferring or gifting one building or one flat to his son or his daughter or his daughter. So that doesn't mean that it is an economic transaction. So it must be there must be a sale or exchange of goods and services. Okay, then the dealing in goods and services on regular basis. They must be dealing in goods and services on the regular basis. Occasionally dealing doesn't make it business activity. And the last and the not last point is the profit earning. In doing all these activities, in doing economic activities which helps them to earn profit. All the economic activities must aimed at earning profit, and the basic objective of the businessman should be to earn maximum profit. The businessman makes all possible efforts to maximize the profit by reducing the cost. So we have to be careful about that. What is business? Business simply means an economic activity. Business simply means an economic activity which involves production or procurement of goods and services, production and procurement of goods and services for selling purpose or for exchanging purpose on regular basis to earn profit. So if we have to summarize the definition of business, so what we will do, listen and write it very carefully. Business means an economic transactions related to procurement and production of goods and services for sale or exchange on regular basis to earn profit. If I have to write this definition, so I will be writing business is an economic activity involved in production or procurement. Procurement means sale. Procurement of goods and services for sale or exchange purpose on a regular basis to earn profit. This definition is very clear, and this definition will also give you the characteristics of that business. First of all, economic activity, the first characteristics. Number 2, involved in production or procurement of goods and services. Number 2, first point is this, Second point is this. Then third point is sale or exchange of. Then the fourth point is regular basis, and the fifth point is earning of profit. The fifth point is earning of profit. So this will be the best definition of business. So write it clearly that this is the definition of business, and this definition will also help you to learn that the characteristics of the business. Okay, so now we will be moving to another part, that is and another 2 point that is also there, that business means there must be uncertainty of return. It is not always like that profit is there every time. It is not like that. Every time it is not like that. Suppose in February I decided to start my shop or grocery shop. Let it be my garment shop, and I started in the first week of March, and by 22nd and 23rd the lockdown started. So uncertainty is there. I was not aware of that whether the lockdown will happen or not. In that case I would not have opened that, or I would not have started that business. So that if the return is uncertain, means which is not fixed. Uncertainty means which is not fixed, not fixed. So if the profit is not fixed, then there is chances of risk. Risk of what? Risk of loss. Risk of loss. Okay, so we have to be very careful about all these things. Okay, now we will be comparing business with profession and employment. Business with profession. Do you think that business need any sort of educational qualification? No. But profession, yes, we do need. Employment, we do need. So now we will be moving towards the classification of business activities. Now they have given like this. The difference is like this: business and profession, the mode of establishment, and the legal formalities are there if you are opening a company or like that. In profession, like that medical, that is doctors, lawyers, we have a membership body in CA also. We are having a membership board, that is ICAI, and where we have to get registered. In an employment, we need to get an appointment letter from the company. Nature of work: the business involved in that production of goods and services to the public. Profession means rendering personalized services, like doctors, then your lawyers, then chartered accountants, like company secretary, like that. And in that employment, a person has to work according to the owner of the as per the contract rules, whatever he has been asked to do. In qualification, there is no minimum qualification in that business, but there are the expert qualification required for that professionals, and qualification is required to do whatever the work has been given in the contract. So like that, the reward, what they will be getting for their efforts, profit will be the reward. Then in that case of profession, fees, that doctor is charging fee, and the CA is charging fee, and that CS is also charging fee, like that. And employment, salary and wages, that is what teachers or the other professionals, that is accountant or all that persons that they are getting, that is salary. Remember that professional working under some other company, some company will be treated as employer. Sorry, will be treated as employee. So be careful about all these things. Capital investment, use capital is required to start a business, but in case of that profession, limited capital is required. For doctor, only a chamber is required, or a clinic is required. For lawyer, a chamber is required. For CA, an office is required. But in employment, nothing is to be required. Everything is provided by the employer itself. Risk: the chances of risk are very high in that case of that is business, but chances of risk in professionals is very less, and that of employment is nothing. No risk is there. Transfer of interest is there in business, not possible in that is profession, because it cannot be passed on to from one generation to another generation. If the father is doctor, then that can be transferred from father to his son or his daughter, like that. But in employment also it is not possible. The code of conduct is not there. Yes, there is some code of conduct in that business that companies are basically following due to the legal procedures only, but there is no such code of conduct. In professional, code of conduct is there. And then in that employment, some sort of normal behavior norms and that rules and regulations are set up by the company. So there is some sort of rules and regulation in that employment also. Examples you can say like that: shop, factory can be your example of business. Legal, medical profession, chartered accountancy, that can be your professions. And the job in the bank, insurance companies, government department, these all are your, that is employment. So here we have discussed about the difference between the business, profession and employment. Now we will be moving to that the different types of business. That is, number one is industry. Industry basically refers to the economic activity which are connected with the conversion of resources into the useful goods. Generally, these industries are primary industries, secondary industry and tertiary industries, we can say like that. And you all are well versed with the primary industry, secondary industry and tertiary activities. Primary industries are those industries which are basically related with the procurement and production of goods and services using the natural resources. And it is divided into three parts. Like the first is extractive industry, like extraction of that is geographical or natural environment, and it is related with the extraction from the earth itself, that is natural resources. That is your farming, mining, hunting and fishing. These all are your extracting industries. Then the genetic industry, which is based on the plants and animals, like that reproduction of animals, and then seeds and nursery, like that. These all will come under your genetic industries. So they are involved with the genes. The gene means that DNA. So the living being will contain that DNA. And the next thing is that secondary industry, there are concerned with the products which have been produced in primary activity and which will be now used in secondary activity to produce or to change the shape and the size and the chemical property of that thing. Suppose if the wheat is produced in that primary activity using that extractive, that is field wheat, and from wheat we are preparing bread, that is your bread, that is your bread. Okay, that will be known as your secondary activity, or this industry is also known as your manufacturing industry, but here it will be known as your secondary. That is from bread, from wheat to bread conversion of wheat. Wheat is in natural form, wheat is in natural form, but bread is in that processed form of wheat only. So we can say like that. Okay, so there are the two types of manufacturing industry which basically helps in the production of processing of raw materials and thus creating the new utilities, that is form utilities. Okay. So now the next point is this includes analytical industry, synthetical industry, processing industry, assembling industry, and the last one is your construction, which is bridges, roads and engineering skills, like that. And the next one is your tertiary activities. Tertiary activities which provide services to the primary and secondary. These do not provide any goods. So the question may be asked, which name the industry which do not provide goods and services. Goods, so you can easily name that services. It provides services to primary and secondary activities. Primary and secondary activities, the tertiary provides services to them. Services like transportation, like insurance, like banking, like communication, like insurance, like that. So it helps. Tertiary only help the primary and the secondary activities, secondary industries to work efficiently. Okay, this is your chart showing the details that industry is classified primary, secondary and tertiary, and then extractive genetic, then secondary is also classified into manufacturing and construction, like that. So we have discussed about all these things, like this we have discussed. Now in next class we will be discussing about the commerce. So go through the video. In case of any doubt, contact me anytime, message in the group, or you can ask personally also. But remember one thing, don't hesitate in asking, don't hesitate in or don't sigh that what others will say. Okay, in case of any doubt, contact me anytime you need any type of help, any topic, any particular point is left, or you are not getting, you can ask me, ask for the doubt. Okay, we are here for this only, and you are in the first class, in the first class of commerce. You have not learned commerce yet, so it will be difficult. If not, very good. If it is difficult, focus on it, ask us, we are there for you.